This is your last posture, posture 24, and it is shoulder stand. I have moved location because the wind is still howling through that room upstairs. But you don't need a lot of space to see in this posture, so hopefully this tiny little corner of the hall will be enough for you guys to see what I'm trying to explain. So shoulder stand is something that you would normally do towards the end of your class. For us, we tend to do it at the very end, just before plough and then your Shavasana in my classes. It's not for everyone. If you've got high blood pressure, then try and avoid it. If you've got any severe neck issues, then avoid it. You might find in other classes some teachers will say if you're on your period or the first 3 days of your period, then you can avoid it. It's actually a bit of a myth, so it's your personal choice. If you're in a period and you don't want to do it, then that's your choice. That's absolutely fine. It actually started because yoga is, or was, 5,000 years ago created for men, and when women finally were allowed to start doing yoga, it was believed that if they were upside down whilst menstruating, that the blood would have nowhere to go. So it is a myth that you can't do it on your period. If you don't want to do it on your period, that is absolutely fine, that's your choice. But you can do it, and you might find that it helps with cramps. So yeah, your choice. And what else? It is a great one for clarity of mind, so any inversions, when you're upside down, circulation of energy and blood and oxygen to your brain helps clear the mind, focus the mind, and so it's a lovely one to do towards the end of the class. Things you might need, so if you do want to roll up a blanket or the edge of your mat just to protect your shoulders a bit, then do. I'll explain how. This one's useless because it's such a thin mat, but your normal yoga mats would be fine for it, would be great for it. And if you want to do legs up the wall, then you can, and I'll show you that one as well. What else would you need to know for this posture? Most important thing, once you're in it, don't move your head, don't look around the room. Once you're in your posture, you're in it, just to protect your neck. And yeah, the other thing is you're on your shoulders, so you're not on your shoulder blades, you're on your shoulders. I'll explain in a second. So if I show you, I'll show you shoulder stand first, and then I can show you your variations. So if you come to lying on your mat, if you've got a ponytail, you might want to take it out of the way. And like I said, if you want to roll your mat up, then you just roll it there just to protect your shoulders, bearing in mind that when you come up, you're going to scooch back a bit. So just to line it up, so it's ever so slightly above your shoulders, so that when you do roll, your shoulders are on it. And you create a bit of space between your neck and the floor. And then you might find that you need a little bit of momentum to get you onto your shoulders, otherwise it's quite easy to rest on your shoulder blades. So when you bring your legs up, you might find just a bit of rocking up and down, just to really get you onto your shoulders, because otherwise it's quite easy to be here. I don't know if you can see the difference in that. So here you're on your shoulder blades, you really want to be up onto your shoulders. My mummy tummy on full display, I'm afraid. And then bring your hands, so it's either side of your spine, and they're just supporting you. And as close as you can get your elbows together, then do that. And then you're lifting your legs, your torso up into the sky and pointing your toes. So the best way I've had it described to me is as though you're wearing stilettos. So this is your full shoulder stand. If it's too much,
then you can come down and bring your hands just a little bit further down so that your pelvis is resting on your hands. So this isn't technically a shoulder stand, but it's a nice variation of. And then try and get your legs nice and straight. You might find that it's easier to come into almost like a plow behind you, but it still gives you the sensation you're still kind of inverted. And then the other option is to do, hide that tummy. The other option is to do legs up the wall. And some people might find that this is a nice option when they're on their period as well, just because it's slightly less pressure, less effort. And let's be honest, we're all quite lazy when we're on our period. So, legs up the wall, activated feet. And that is your prop, basically, the wall, or the door in this case. And you could try it without the wall. I actually find that quite hard. So they say that if you want to do like the first level shoulder stand, then just have your legs up in the air as though they're against a wall. I think that's harder than shoulder stand, but each to their own. You try that. And those are your options. Like I said, the most important thing is to not move your head once you're in the position. And you hold this one. So normally you'd hold postures for about 5 breaths. This you'd hold for as long as is comfortable, probably about 15. So that can be like a minute or so that you'd be in this posture. And yeah, engaging the core whilst you're up there. Feet in stilettos, or at least engaged. And lots of options to support your neck. Just remembering that if you can, to create a little bit of space between the little arch there so that your neck isn't on the floor. There's space between the base of your skull and the tops of your shoulder blades so they're not resting on the floor. And that's it really. That's the end. That's our all 24 postures. So you've got a couple of days of putting them all together into your various different flows, and then in a couple of days you can put all of them together, all 24 into, it should take you about an hour, maybe 50 minutes depending on how long you hold them for. You don't have to do them in the order that I've given them to you in. You can make it your own, play with it, and just enjoy it. And I'm so grateful for you guys sticking with me for this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've loved doing it with you guys, and yeah, I'll see you in class this week.